Alright, what is going on, everybody? Today we're here and we're going to be discussing the Crown Tundra DLC newly added Pokemon, newly added Galarian forms. So, I just kind of want to, like, touch on all the new Pokemon, all the new forms, and, like, their new moves and stuff, which are down here as well. I'm not going to be going into detail on the returning Pokemon. I already made one video on the legendaries that are returning, but, like, if you want a video on the actual Pokemon that are coming back, let me know and I can make one of those as well, because there are definitely some cool Pokemon that are coming back, although I will say most of them are legendary, but there are some that are coming back that are not legendary that are hopefully going to be very cool, but we'll see. Anyway, getting into the first Pokemon added in the Crown Tundra is going to be Calyrex. I don't know what I'm expecting out of Calyrex, if I'm being honest. I'm assuming it's going to be similar to Celebi, except for Celebi is base 100 across the board, and I'm assuming this will not be. It's Grass Psychic, same typing as Celebi as well. It has Unnerve, which, looking at it, I agree, it's unnerving to look at, but I don't really know what I'm hoping for out of this. I'm really not too interested in it anyway, because it's not going to be VGC legal, so I don't really care. But it's cool, it's a Pokemon, it's there, it's the king Pokemon, that's nice, I guess. It's really ugly, if I'm being honest. I don't really care too much for it, but yeah, that's Calyrex. Then there is Regieleki, and obviously Regidrago as well, which we'll touch on in a second. It's a electric type Regi, which is really cool, and I have high hopes for that typing for a couple reasons. But it also gets the signature move Thunder Cage, which traps opponents into, my understanding, it's like Magma Storm, which is like a decent move, and it also traps opponents and does decent damage every single turn. So, it's like Sand Tomb, but strong, you know, it's actually a good move in theory anyway, hopefully it's not like garbage. So, I think Regieleki is going to be my favorite of the two new Regis, I'm assuming, to my understanding. And then there's Regidrago, which is a pure Dragon-type Regi, which is hopefully going to be lit. I love this, by the way, I look at the Charizard skull, except for it's supposed to be a Dragon skull, and we all know Charizard's not a Dragon-type. And Regidrago gets access to Dragon Energy, which the lower the user's HP, the lower the move's power. So it's like Water Spout and Eruption, where it's 150 base power, I'm pretty sure. Max HP gets 150 base power, and then like gets lower the less your HP is. However, I don't know if it's a spread move. If it's a spread dragon move, fairy types are going to have to be in the meta. They're going to have to be everywhere. I mean, they already kind of are. But they're going to have to be like absolutely meta relevant, otherwise you're just dead to Dragon Energy. That'd be amazing. Oh, run that with like Soak and Teleon, bro. Like, haha, you're not a fairy type anymore, you're a water type, and you're dead. Bro, I would so do that. So in terms of the base stats for the Regis, the way the Regis typically work is that they are, I have the, oh, that was my push to talk, sorry. I have the page pulled up here, and the Regis typically have 580 base stat total. So if you look at Regis, it is base 200 special defense and base 100 special attack and 100 defense. But you look at Regirock, and then it's 100 attack, 200 like physical defense, and then 100 special defense. So those are like kind of flip-flopped. And then Registeel meets them both in the middle with 150 in both defenses and 75 in both offenses, and then that's kind of how these Regis have their like little stats aligned. But these two could be a different story. My hope is that Regieleki is like, looking at these stats right here, let's say it's not going to have a 200. I'm just going to say right now, I'm pretty certain that these two are not going to have a 200. However, I would be willing to bet, I would like to say that Regieleki will have 150 special attack and 150 speed. That's my hope. That's what I want to see. I would love that. With Magma Storm, but electric type, that'd be amazing. That'd be incredible. That'd be busted. I would love to use that. And then like the 50, if it would even have 50, that would be like maybe the HP. I would be okay with that. And then like 80 physical attack and then 75 in each defense. I could see that being lit. That'd be sick. And then Regidrago, I would say high HP. I think because of Dragon Energy, I think it's going to have high HP. It might even have base 200 HP. I could see having maybe base 200 HP, and then attack and special attack are both 100, and then maybe 80 speed and the 50 in each defense to give like a big HP tank, similar to like Blissey or Caparajah or something like that. So I could see that. Oh, that'd be lit. That'd be amazing. Like, high HP, decent offenses, and then you're just God with Dragon Energy. Oh, that'd be sick. That'd be amazing. I would be super down for that, but that'd be unlikely. By the way, if I predict these stats, just saying, my brain is a large. Just saying. And then, let's look at the new birds. Galarian Articuno. And I'm very disappointed that the birds are flying types, by the way. I wish it was, they were their primary typings and then their new typing. Like, I wish Articuno was Psychic Ice, and I wish Zapdos in particular was Electric Fighting, because that'd be amazing. Especially with the moves and abilities that it has. So the Galarian form gets access to competitive. It also probably gets a hidden ability of some sort. Maybe, I have no idea. But competitive is lit. Competitive is amazing. It lowers, or for those that are unaware, if your stat is lowered by the opponent, then your special attack gets raised 2 stages. So, say they intimidate you, boom, +2 special attack, you're doing crazy damage. And if we look at normal Articuno's stats, because like typically forms do change the stats to an extent, looking at the normal Articuno's, actually wait, before we do stats, hold on, before we do stats, we should do the move. Freezing Glare is a Psychic type move that freezes the target, or it can freeze the target. So, imagine this is at least like 80 base power. You have an 80 base power Psychic type move that can freeze? That's crazy, right? That's insane. At least in my mind, I would be livid if I get frozen by a Psychic type move. That could be really cool. That could be sick. I thought I could freeze an Ice type though. That wouldn't make any sense though, right? That wouldn't make any sense. No. That would not make any sense, no. But it would be lit. It'd be annoying, but lit. And then looking at normal Articuno's stats, it's really not good. It's Ice Flying, which does not help it at all. But what I want the stats to do is I want them to stay the same bases, but I want them to move around. I want, in my opinion, it'd be lit to have like 100 base speed, 125 special attack. I don't care about the rest of the stats at all. But like 125 special attack would be amazing. It literally has laser eyes. It has to be highly offensive. And as competitive, man, you would be doing so much damage after a boost though. I'd be okay with that. That'd be lit. But still, I also wonder if it still gets ice moves. I'm assuming it does because it gets Freezing Glare, so it still is ice oriented. Like all of them are still technically oriented around their normal typings. Like I'm assuming Zapdos might get Wild Charge or something like that. We'll see. But that's my hopes for Articuno, is just really highly specially offensive. Just like a truck. Then there's Zapdos, which I think might be growing on me as one of my favorites of the 3. I think Articuno still beats it, but Zapdos is sick. It's electric, or it's fighting flying, but I wish it was electric fighting because that'd be so much better. And it gets Defiant, which for those that are unaware, it's like competitive, but if your stat gets lowered, you get your attack boosted by 2 stages. So if you get intimidated, then you're +1, and that's amazing. Also with Dynamax meta, it also helps a lot with that. So looking at its move, it gets Thunderous Kick, which is not an electric type move, but it does lower the opponent's defense by 1 stage guaranteed. At least to my understanding how they advertise it. That's amazing for a physically offensive Pokemon, at least hoping it is physically offensive, because the fighting move that just guaranteed will do more damage the next time you use it, or let your friend, your ally, your teammate in a double battle do even more damage with their move. So looking at Zapdos' stats, that's the stupid push stop again. I don't even know why I use it half the time. But this is actually how I want Articuno to be built. I just realized that. I didn't. That's how I want Articuno's stats to look, like Zapdos's. Why does it have... Oh, it has a moveset for national... I guess it is a Zapdos. It's the best bird currently. Literally, this stat is kind of fine. I think it's going to have 125 speed, and I hope it has 100 attack. Because I'm pretty sure it's going to be fast, given the design of it running on the ground. I think 125 speed with base 100 attack would be sick. That would be what I would want. I actually would rather have higher attack in 100 speed, but 125 speed is insane. So, I'd be down for that. It actually might be the best bird in VGC at that point, because it's Defiant, and the speed stat's just insane. Like, speed is very important in VGC. There's obviously speed control, like Tailwind, Trick Room, stuff like that, but like having a high base speed off the bat is just incredible. And looking at Moltres, so I'm not too sold on Moltres. It's Dark Flying, which is like Honchkrow, like Yveltal. It's cool. It gets Berserk, which is... It boosts the special attack if you're below half HP, which is like, okay, I guess, that's fine, that's fine. It's not it's not bad. The design is sick, don't get me wrong. I mean, it's a little... The face is a little bit weird, but like... I'm not too excited for the typing. I'm not too excited for the ability. And if I'm being honest... The move sucks! It's just Dark Pulse! Dark Pulse already makes opponents flinch. It either has to be stronger, meaning it has to be like base like 90, 100, something like that, or have a higher chance to flinch, being like 30% or higher, which would be super annoying. So overall, I'm really not that excited for Moltres, if I'm being honest. Like, it's really hitting me just now, but I just don't care about it. I am not interested. The stats, I don't really care. They can stay this way. Actually, no, move that 100 to HP. Make it bulkier. That way when you're half HP, you're not actually as low of HP. Make it bulkier. I'd be okay with that. Because you have to be lower HP for Berserk. It was really UU. What about this Pokemon made it UU in Gen 7? Who do you think you are? I don't care enough. I don't care. Screw this Pokemon. Moltres has always been my least favorite bird. I just don't care about it. The Galarian one's cool, but it's still my least favorite. Actually, my opinions on them are still the same for the Galarian versions. My favorite is Articuno, second is Zapdos, and then third is Moltres. Get it? Uno, dos, tres. Got him. But that's actually my favorites in that order. So, I'm really not that interested in Moltres. I don't care. Its move is whatever, its abilities whatever, its typings whatever. Its design's cool, it's probably look phenomenal in battle in game, but so are the other two. So, you know, it doesn't really have much going for it there. That's it for the birds. I have nothing else I want to say. The stats I just don't care for Moltres. Like, give it high HP. That's all I want. Slowking is getting its Galarian form, and I don't know if we have much information. I don't think they have the ability on Cerebi, so I have to pull that up in a minute, because I forgot to pull that up. But the Galarian's form, I'm assuming, is going to be Poison Psychic, similar to Slowbro, which is, you know, Psychic Poison. And I think its new move is over here as well. It's probably still going to get Regenerator, similar to Slowbro. It has Eerie Spell, which this move damages the opponent and lowers the PP of their last used move by 3. That's not bad. Say you use that on a Pokemon that just used Close Combat and they don't have any PP maxes, then you're just like, okay, good to go. Now I can safely switch in against the Close Combat user because they have no more Close Combats. But I don't know how that would even work with like Dynamax and stuff like that. It's also just not very good. Also, I don't have the ability pulled up, but I do know what it does. I'm pretty sure the ability resets the stat change. Like, when you enter the field, when Slowking enters the field, it will reset the stat changes of your teammate. Not the opponent's, meaning it's literally useless in singles. It will reset the stat changes of your teammate. So if you get intimidated, sure, but what if you have like a boost, and you send in your Slowking, and then you lose your boost? To me, it's a bad ability. If it also eliminates the stat changes of the opponent, which I don't think it does, it's not really specific, then that could be something useful, like they are +5 with their max knuckle boosts or whatever, which that literally can't happen because it doesn't do that unless you're simple. But if it's like they're +3 and you send in your Slowking and their stats are gone, that's amazing, but I don't think it works that way. I also don't even know what it's called. I'm just gonna pull it up. Give me a moment, sorry. Aha! Galarian Slowking, the Hexpert Pokemon. Because it's a Hex Expert. Got him! Wow. Funny. What if it's a Ghost type? Hex is like a Ghost type move. What's a Ghost type? Okay. So, the Brainy Shelder. Or a Brainy Shelder. A Shelder bite set off a reaction between the chemicals in its brain and spices inside its body. Okay, the Poison type. So, it is a poison. Oh, it literally says it right here. Poison Psychic. Okay, so yeah, okay. Ability is Curious Medicine. Galarian's Slowking's ability, Curious Medicine, is a new ability introduced in this expansion. When a Pokemon with this ability enters the battlefield, allies' stat changes are reset. It's Absols right here, see? So it's attack fell because of Intimidate from the Arcanine, and then it gets reset from the Curious Medicine. I don't think that's really good. Oh, wait a second. Oh, this is off the lead because Slowking is slow. so it activates after Arcanine's Intimidate. Okay, that's a really decent counter Intimidate lead because there's literally... I mean, there's a way to stop it, you just wait. It's not as good as like Defiant or Competitive, but still, that's okay. That's a little bit better than I thought, but I still wish it did the same for their stat changes. I really do. Like, even if you misplayed and like it removed their like the Intimidate you did to them, like that would suck for you. Obviously, that's your own fault. I personally would prefer if it reset all stat changes, but it might be a little bit OP. It might be OP that way. I have no idea. It probably would. But also, Slowking looks pretty cool. I should put that out as well. It does look cool. So at least it's that going for it, but I'm not happy about that. Also, there's an Absol, by the way. There's an Absol, which is confirmed to be in the game, by the way. I think this is the first time they're... No, this is not the first time they're confirming it. Never mind, it was in the first trailer, I'm pretty sure. But it is going to be in the game. That's cool. Apparently, there's like a decent amount of Pokemon that are randomly going to be in the game that are Mega Evolve capable. So if Mega Evolution comes back, all I'm saying is Mega Lopunny with Scrappy when it's immune to Intimidate will be broken. It'll be busted. Also, this move is a sick animation. It looks dope. But yeah, that's kind of, I think, all the new Pokemon, right? That's everything new? I believe so. That is everything new. I've covered everything except for Calyrex, which is whatever, because we don't even know anything about it. We know its ability, and that's it. No new moves, it doesn't even have a unique ability. It's not even a unique typing. It's the same as Exeggutor and Celebi. So, yeah, those are sort of my thoughts, my hopes for the new Pokemon being added. Let me know what you guys think about the new Pokemon in the comments. Also, if you want to see a video on the Pokemon that are all returning in Crown Tundra, like all the legendaries, all the Pokemon that are not legendary as well that are coming back in the Crown Tundra, it was leaked. I can cover that. It'll be dope. It'll be sick. So let me know if you want me to cover that in the comments. But yeah, for now, I'm going to call it there. So thank you everybody for watching. Comment, subscribe, like, all fun stuff, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.